Hi guys, and welcome to a brand new video. Firstly, apologise for any noise you may hear because my windows are open because I did do a big clean with my mum and trying to get all the dust and that out. Well, most of it at least. So the windows have to be open because we also did a spray to get bugs to stop coming in, if that makes sense. I don't know. Hey, do you like my tights? They are the Snag Tights Care Bear collection, not sponsored, but I love them, so I thought I'd share them with you. They are amazing. I am a plus size girl and they are so comfy. Like, they are perfect, and they go bigger sizes. Like, it's amazing. They also look adorable. Like, who doesn't want that? I'm currently wearing Wish Bear, and I got all of the ones they had available. So when the next lot are available, I'll also be buying those. I am really pumped because I just watched a really amazing YouTube video review on one of my orders for a roller skate bundle box custom. So it was a custom one. They ordered it a very long time ago, but they've just made a video reviewing it because, well, I think life just gets in the way sometimes, but it was really fun to watch, really amazing, and I will link it down below for you guys to have a look. Definitely go share some love on her channel as well. Amazing. I have found a new friend. She was really sweet and so nice to me, and her video was really amazing. Quick tip though, when I make videos I have the phone, so I use my phone, but it's like long ways. That way if someone watches it on the laptop or telly, because you can do that with the Amazon Fire Stick now, it fills the full screen. So I recommend doing that on your next videos, okay? But other than that, you are doing amazing and I love you. Because of that, I just feel really like proud of what I'm doing. I'm feeling really pumped, so I thought I'd make this video that I've been planning to make for a while, and it's just been on paper. Before we get in, please bear with me. I have an explanation disorder. I am dyslexic, so I am going to try my very best to explain things to you guys. But basically in this video I'm going to tell you what toe guards are for, where you can buy them. My shop is linked down below. I'm going to tell you, basically explain which ones will be best for you, and then at the very end I will show you how to put them on. Just bear in mind the end video on how to put them on is based off of my toe guards, so my style. All toe guards that you find on Etsy and stuff, depending on the maker, should have a different style. When I very first started out, I did copy someone's pattern because I didn't realise you were supposed to make your own. Like, it didn't cross my mind. And the person that I copied, I don't like them. They're very horrible, but I'm not going to out them because I'm respectful. But she was very rude to me, and then she also got a lot of people to be horrible to me and try and like belittle my business, and I just felt like it was very rude the way she went about it. So for example, if someone did copy my pattern to make their own, then I would explain to them, you're not supposed to do that. You can make your own, but you need to design a new pattern, because copyright, and it's not fair, you're basically stealing my money. But I would do it nicely, not the way that this lady just came at me, and yeah. So if you are planning on making your own, go for it. It's an okay business. I think there are too many people doing it now personally, and I don't know, unless you had something super unique. Like, I've seen some amazing toe guards where they have like dragon eyes in it and it just looks amazing. Oh, and some that do, like, they sew Pokemon on there, and I love what they do. But my shop is mostly about having cute toe guards and skate accessories at an affordable price, with lots of different options. So feel free to check out my shop, but definitely check out other people's shop as well. So I don't want anyone to attack people for stealing other people's designs. Now, I used to cut everything by hand, and I did have a paper pattern, but now my patterns are actually digital because I use a Cricut machine to cut mine because it's more accurate every time, and I've just grown. So, but when I first started, I was cutting everything by hand, and yeah. But anyway, let's get into the video. So let's first talk about what are toe guards. Okay, so you have your roller skates, and now the way that 99% of roller skates are made, they have a seam at the front. This is just the way that they're made, but this seam can easily get damaged because the front is the main damage spot, I shall call it. So basically, if you fall over, do toe drags slightly too draggy, if you bump into things, like when I first started doing it in the front room, I would kind of like crash into the sofa to stop, because I didn't know how to stop, and then the front of my skates got really muddy and dirty, and that's basically how I came on to designing something to stop that. But anyway, so this is what toe guards are for. They are to protect your skates. That is the main reason. But the other reason is because they can look absolutely beautiful, and they can add a really fun kind of style to your skates. I mean, my skates are plain white. I have my outdoor skates which are painted, which I don't do much outdoor stuff because in the UK everything is bumpy and there's so many stones, but my indoor ones I haven't painted, so they're just plain white Rookie Artistic skates, which is my highly recommended skates if you are a beginner, just so you know. So if anyone asks what skate should I get as a beginner, just go for Rookie Artistics. If you're a plus size person, they're perfect. If you have wide feet, they are perfect. If you don't have any of those, they're still perfect. Like, they are the best skates I can recommend, and so many other people recommend them as well. Yeah, so if you have plain skates and you want to add some design to them, toe guards are a great way to design your skates whilst adding protection. So that's what toe guards are for. Now let's talk about what toe guards are for you. So in my shop I have many different styles of toe guards and many different style of fabrics. I have chunky glitter fabric, I have fake leather plain patterned fabric, I have a PVC material fabric, and I have a thick PVC material fabric. So these are the materials I use. Everything is completely vegan. I am definitely all for the animals because animals are so much better than people. No offense. but yeah, so I don't use anything that promotes any harm to animals. Everything is completely vegan. I mean, I'm not vegan because I do like me some bacon. But, you know, that's a whole other kind of video. All of my stuff is completely friendly and vegan. So those are the different types of fabric you can get. Now the different styles that I offer are cup styles and long styles. So here's an example of some chunky glitter cup style toe guards, and here's an example of chunky glitter long style toe guards. So the difference between these, a cup style obviously protects more of your skate. It has the sides, so if you do fall on your side, because that's how you're supposed to fall, but you also kind of scrape your skates along the floor, it's going to scrape the toe guard rather than your skates. Obviously they only protect so far, but that's with all skate toe guards really. And then there's long style. So these are great if you are on a budget because obviously they're cheaper because they're so much easier to make, but they still protect the seam, the main front bit of the skate, because you don't want to end up having to buy brand new skates because that seam is ripped and your skates are now going to fall apart. So those are the different shapes you can get. So let's talk about what shape you should get and what fabric you should get based on your life. So let's start off with whether you should get okay, let's start off with you're a beginner and you can have a beginner on a budget, or here you will have you're a beginner but you want to splurge. So let's start off with you're a beginner and you're on a budget. My number one beginner recommendation is chunky glitter toe guards. Now, I do want to quickly mention that all of my fabric fake leather toe guards and chunky glitter toe guards have a extra thick felt lining. This is to add an extra protection, and it's also adds a really softness to it. But if you scratch through the fabric, then you've got to get through the next layer, which is felt. However, my PVC material ones don't have a felt lining. This is because the PVC are supposed to be flexible, but also most of them are see-through with a design on it, and I don't want to ruin the point of the PVC ones, which are to be more aesthetically pleasing. So if you are on a budget and you're a beginner, the one I recommend is a long style because it's cheaper. These are about £10. Imperfect ones are about £2 cheaper, depending on how imperfect they are. Sometimes if the design is upside down, because I didn't look at it before I went to cut it, it's, you know, it's still perfectly intact. It's just, looks wrong because it's upside down, but normally people actually don't see that unless they look really closely at them. So if you're like on a budget, or you desperately need some but you've only got a couple of quid, like £8, then those are the ones to get. This doesn't include shipping though, and these are my prices. I also recommend going to my website rather than my Etsy. If you see something on my Etsy that isn't on my website, message me and we can sort payment through PayPal. This is because Etsy fees are horrendous, and that's why I had to increase my prices on Etsy. So all of this pricing is based off of my website costs. So the reason why I've picked chunky glitter is because a chunky glitter, it's extra stiff, so it's much more sturdy. It's basically fake leather canvas with a chunky glitter on top, so it's like, with the felt backing, it's like 3 layers of protection rather than 2, and so this is the best to get. And then obviously long style because of the budget option. Now if you're not on a budget, I still recommend chunky glitter style toe guards, because once again, 3 layers of protection. But if you're not on a budget, splurge to a cup style because you will have the extra protection for the sides. And I feel like most of my really pretty designs are actually cup style because that's what I make before I make the long style ones. So you do have a bigger range, but you can ask for customs. It doesn't cost any extra unless it costs me any extra. But yeah, cup style if you want to splurge, but I still recommend going for chunky glitter if you're a beginner because you are definitely going to fall, and this is going to give you the most amount of protection. Also, it's glittery and it's sparkly and it's just like really cute. Okay, let's go now if you're in the middle, so like you're not a pro, but you've done it for a little while, so you're not a beginner either. So let's go through those options. So we'll have budget style and then non-budget style. So budget style I recommend is just a fake leather. These are the blood ones from the Halloween collection, which is currently up. They're only £10 and they will still protect your skates. You can get really cute different styles on there. It's got the fake leather lining for extra protection, and overall even the fake leather material, it's fairly sturdy. I mean, real leather is more bonded together, so it can take a lot more damage, but obviously it's, you know, it's an animal. Well, it was. Only way I would recommend someone to use real leather is if the animal was donated after death. Like the skin was donated after death rather than killed for the skin. So yeah, it's still really sturdy. So these are good for your budget option. For your non-budget option, same thing. So you want fake leather, or you can have chunky glitter if you want to. But fake leather, chunky glitter, whatever, because it has an extra felt lining, but I would go with cup style if you can splurge an extra tenner, because the cup style ones are normally around £20. This is because it costs a lot more. I have to include the price of the rivets as well, and the time it takes to put them together. This is also the Halloween design, and it's super duper cute. I really love this pair. But yeah, you've got the most amount of protection, so I'd recommend splurging on these. Now, if you are wanting something that is completely clear because you have really awesome boots, I don't know, you've painted them, or they just look really fabulous and you don't want to hide that, then I do have a clear option. Now, I wouldn't recommend the clear option for beginners because it doesn't have the felt lining, so it hasn't got that extra protection. But for the middle, people in the middle, I would still recommend these. Sorry, they're a bit distorted from where I've just had them under the bag, but they easily go back to shape. But I would happily have these for people in the middle because I use a very thick material for these ones, but this is only the completely clear ones. I mean, in the title I've even put thick clear toe guards because these are a thicker fabric than the other PVC clear kind of fabrics. So you could also use these. I have them in long style. As you can see, it's, you know, they get you can see dirt on them easily because they are clear, but they're so easy to clean. Just wipe them down with an alcohol wipe, done, so easy. But we have them in long style and cup style, and the reason why I recommend these for the middle as well is because they are thick. So most people that make toe guards don't have the extra felt lining, so this is kind of what it would be like even with the fake leather. So it's still not as much protection as what mine are, but it's still going to protect your skates to a certain extent. So yes, you can use the extra thick ones in my shop, but if you feel like you're trying a new hobby or a new style or a new dance, I don't know, then I recommend going with the ones with the felt lining because you know it's got that extra layer. Now, if you are an professional or you feel like you're really good, like you can do outdoor skating really well, then these you can use any toe guards that I've made. Depends on like what style, what fabric you want, it's up to you, but this is the tier that I would only recommend my PVC ones that are not the extra thick ones. So as you can see already, super flexible, stretchy-ish. These are mostly just for looks and for if you're a professional but you didn't see the rock and it's the first time you've fallen over in years, then you've got something that's going to protect you somewhat. You know, it's going to take a few hits before it's completely damaged, but it is mostly for the design style. These are my most popular because once again they're clear but they have stars on, but you can also get like Baby Yoda ones. The Disney ones for all kind of patterns, style, long, whatever, cost about £2 extra because the Disney fabric costs £2 extra. Super cute, who doesn't love Disney? These I only recommend for advanced people. If you are not advanced but you're doing something that's more just to show off your skates, or show off like the design of skates, but you're doing something that you know you don't fall over in anymore, even if you're not an advanced skater, you can still have a pair of these on the side so you can swap them over and use these to, you know, if you have a design that you really like but it's not in the protective gear, but you're only using it for something that you know really well and you can do really well, then you can still use these. That's completely fine. But because they don't have the extra thick protection, you know, I mean, they're still a very good quality material, but they are mostly for looks and a couple of hits, whereas these are going to last you a long time. These should last you a very long time. So I hope that helps you. And once again, we have the long style, which are cheaper, so if you're an advanced and you're on a budget, have the long style. If you want to splurge, get cup style, because at least you know you're still protecting more because it's a cup. So I hope that explains to you or helps you figure out which ones you want to get. But do remember, it's completely up to you. If you want to get something that you know you prefer, even though it's not going to last as long and you're not that great, or you're just not like advanced, it's completely up to you. Like, even if you are starting off for the first time but you fell in love with the Baby Yoda ones and you wanted to get them, you can do that. Just know that you're going to fall a lot when you first start, so you're probably going to have to buy replacing them a lot more often, if that makes sense. I do customs, so message me if there's something you're specifically looking for. I am limited because all of the material I get, I support other small businesses because I love supporting small businesses. So like all these fabric I get from small businesses off of Etsy. So yeah, let's move on to how to put them on. So the how to put them on video is based off of my toe guards. So if you've bought someone else's toe guards, you don't know how to put them on, so you're watching this video, it might work, they might be similar, but I would rather recommend that you watch or ask them how they put their toe guards on, because this is different. Okay, ignore the hair real quick because I've just had a shower, but I wanted to make a video rather than talk about how to put your toe guards on. So here it is. So these are my very, very old toe guards. Basically, someone lost in an Etsy case quite a while ago, trying to scam me when she fell over in her toe guards, and they were damaged, and she said that it was the quality of the material, but it's not, and she lost the case, so haha. That's so mean. But basically, when she returned them, I refused her refund because I made a video explaining why. I said that I could return them back to her for free, but she just went on about it. So I just ended up keeping them for mine, and they're still perfect quality. So as you can see, these are the clear toe guards, but they're a little bit dusty and dirty now because they've been in storage for a while because I haven't managed to go out. And these are my current skates. So I'm going to show you how to put them on. First step you need to do, let's pretend they're not on your skates at the moment. The first thing you want to do is remove your laces. I mean, putting toe stops on is a very tedious process, but if you are an addict to skating like most people, you will have many pairs of roller skates that you will use for different moments where you will use different toe guards without having to constantly swap toe guards around. The laces are basically off. I'll take them off probably in a minute. But then you want to remove your toe stop. Now, you can't have toe guards if you don't have removable toe stops. It won't work. But you can use bolt-on toe stops. I've made the sizing correct, so it should fit most skates. Yes. So this is what it looks like after being on and squished in a bag. Yeah, take better care of yours. I don't necessarily need to because I don't pay a lot of money for them.
Take care of yours. Take care of yours, yeah.
I love you. Okay, so this is how you're going to put them on. So you have your toe guards and your toe stop. You want to put your toe stop through the toe stop hole. Then you are going to attach it to your skate. Now, it doesn't really matter what your skate looks like while you're halfway attaching it, but right as you get to tightening about halfway, you get to tightening it up, make sure you push them on as far as you can. With the jelly one, sometimes it will stick halfway with the jelly ones. These are old jelly ones, so they haven't got their brand new stick anymore. You just need to really push it on, and you want to pull it back as far as you can with these bits. You just want to hold it there so it doesn't move as you're twisting the toe stop on. Now that that's done, you basically just want to lace them up as best as you can. As you can see, these toe guard holes up here, the eyelets for the laces, they don't reach the side bits, and that's perfectly normal. Sometimes, depending on the size of your skate, it might come quite far down. As long as it's not too far, then it's completely normal. If it's too far, then you've probably got the wrong size toe caps, okay? So now you literally just lace them up as you normally would. What I like to do is, if I get the laces out, is I put both ends of the laces in. I then pull it all the way so these bits become even whilst tightening that bit, and then I lace one side, then I do the other, and then I just do one side and then I do the other side. That way I know it's gonna keep the laces even. But that is how you put on my style toe guards, and I hope this video was helpful. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to ask them down below and I will answer as soon as I possibly can. Bye guys. Mwah.